Okay, we're good to go.
I see that. I see that. Hello, hello, and welcome, everybody.
There's no everybody.
Well, the people that come in, that's everybody. And then people are going to be rewatching.
That's true. That is true. They'll
But
get to watch. They'll get to watch you work.
oh boy.
They'll see what you do with your days.
Right now, I'm just stuffing envelopes, putting instruction sheets, business card into our envelopes for the 5.5s.
There you go.
Hey, Anthony. Look, Anthony.
Hey, what's happening? De- Destiny's working. She's doing the weekend decal orders.
Yeah, because me and Jasmine are going to my mom's tomorrow, and we'll be back Tuesday sometime. So I got to get them done.
Right? Because I don't want to have to do them. Well, I'll have to do some. I'll probably have to do tomorrow's.
Yeah, the bigger orders are usually from the weekend. Hi, Aunt
Hey,
Kelly.
Aunt Kelly's in the house. So yeah, we figured we'd just come on and kind of just hang out and watch her make her decals, ship out her orders. I did all my work already.
Yeah, he printed all the ones from. I can't show you the people's addresses and stuff, but like this is a bunch of orders. So then we got two more, and then we got a bunch on eBay. So
Yeah, yeah. Bunch of eBay. Not so many. We didn't do real great this
that's
weekend
okay.
on eBay. We did great on Marketplace though.
Mm-hmm.
We were real good on
This
Marketplace.
is how you spend your. Aunt Kelly's like, this is how you spend your time with Tommy.
Yup, we spent
Sometimes.
it together apart.
Yep. He's upstairs. I'm in the dungeon.
Yep,
Oops.
yeah.
I think that should be enough for all the orders, hopefully. Oh, my nose itches.
Pick it.
No. I just rubbed my nose. It's so bad. Now I'm putting the or the addresses or return addresses on.
Or-
Oh, what was that?
So what's new with you, Anthony? What's happening in that Kelly? What's going on in your world?
Oh, we're gonna need stamps.
All right. We always need stamps.
What's that?
Says we always need stamps.
Yes, yes, we do. That group of decals are not cut and done.
Our post office probably loves us. We probably buy more stamps from our post office than the whole town put together.
Right? This is where you should keep her, Tommy. And Kelly,
In the dungeon. We gotta paint that wall behind you. That looks like crap.
that is staining or something. I'm trying to figure out what I can do to clean that up, and I'm not sure how to get rid of that. That is disgusting. And I can't work with bleach, so I am hating life and people, but everything is good. Kelly, you're so sassy.
Yeah. You know,
Oh, Aunt Kelly, let cousin Shelly know we have snow. I don't know how long it's going to be for, but just let her know that we're getting snow now. I know that she wanted to come up.
we're actually hitting the 50s midweek. So what we have, because we're not
Yeah.
expecting any more snow, is probably gonna pretty much melt away by the end of the
Yeah,
week.
but um, Sorry, my garbage can, my garbage bag needs to be changed out.
Yep, I agree, Aunt Kelly. Getting old sucks, man. It's horrible. Now it's winter time here in Wisconsin, so it's my time to hibernate.
Oh no. Hey everybody, people who rewatch this, people who come in the chat, can you please pray for my cousin Steve? He's not doing well. He needs all the prayers and love that they can get.
For sure. Not good.
No. And I don't know if it's okay to say what's going on or not, but God knows what they need prayers and love sent for. So dang. Thank you, Anthony. Anthony is actually a minister preacher, so um,
A minister preacher. Is
I
he a
don't
minister
know
or a preacher?
exactly, I don't know exactly what he would classify himself. I know that
He preaches the ministry.
yes,
There you go.
he gets a chance to pet the dog. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
That is awesome. Where is he doing that at, Aunt Kelly? And make sure you record everything possible of the things that he's doing. Oh, already did? When did he? Okay, so where did he do that at? Oh, he did get a chance. Duh. Read better. That's what I need to do. Read better.
Got to read. Where are the pictures? How come
Orlando.
you didn't get no pictures?
Oh, that's awesome. Did you go to SeaWorld or something? Because that's the only place I can think of in Orlando that would have dolphins.
Yep. SeaWorld.
I've been to that SeaWorld when I was a kid.
I've never been to SeaWorld, but I did get to pet a dolphin when I was 10.
Didn't you also get to ride on an elephant or something?
Yeah, well,
Pet an
that was,
elephant?
yeah, I rode on an elephant at the Renaissance Fair.
That's one thing I haven't been on.
I think that's where I was. And then I got to pet the dolphin because in Milwaukee we had a restaurant natatorium. It was actually an old swimming pool place that they converted into a restaurant, and they had dolphins in the pool. And then for my 10th birthday, I think it was my 10th birthday, I got to go out and pet the dolphin and stuff.
What me too, Aunt Kelly. What I'm brain not working, obviously. Oh wait. I'm trying to think. Busch Gardens. That's you, Corey, and me. Wait, what? What did I miss?
Destinie's lost.
I'm lost, Aunt Kelly. I
The
bought an
elephant.
elephant. How come I don't remember that? I must have been really little. I don't remember. Huh. That's actually kind of cool. The things you get to learn when you're an adult that you don't remember as a kid.
See, all that stuff you don't remember from being a kid. Riding elephants, eating rabbit. I don't remember any of that stuff.
Rabbit. My
Your dad said
was-
you ate rabbit.
My dad was also picking on me. He
No, I
knows
don't think
would.
so.
Nope. If I did, I. Oh no, no, that's not right.
Rabbit. You ate the wascally well rabbit.
Not nice.
You ate Bugs Bunny.
I did not. I think he's fibbing.
Oh.
I do. I think he's just being sassy.
Yep. She said, "You in front of Corey and me holding both of you." How old was she, Kelly?
Yeah, because I don't remember.
But in all fairness, sometimes you have struggles remembering yesterday.
Are we going to pick on me?
Only a little bit. Oh, you were 3. Okay, we'll excuse that for memory.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't remember. Yet I remember.
She ate Bugs Bunny.
Did not. Did not.
She said, "I'm gonna eat this wascally little wabbit stew."
Yucky. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Not okay. Not okay.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't know, Anthony. She swears up and down no. Her dad said yes. She used to eat wabbit and all kinds of animals when she was young.
If I did, he never told me because he knew I wouldn't eat it.
Mm-hmm. I've never ate rabbit. I'd try it though. I'd try anything though.
Yeah, you would.
It's meat.
Yeah. Aunt Kelly. Cousin Corey is down here with me. Every day I'm down here.
There
This
you
is my
go.
cousin Corey. It says, always in my heart. It's a little too heavy for me to wear. And because my skin breaks out real easy, I'm not able to wear it all the time, but I love this. But this is my cousin Corey in here. And he sits right over here.
Let's see.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, too white. I gotta see if I have 2 of those. Two. That's musky and walleye. Oh, I only have 1. All right, I gotta cut another one. Make sure. All right.
So, what is this process of your work? You just getting organized or fulfilling what you already have cut?
I'm fulfilling everything that I have cut now. And so I go through, I look at all the orders, and then I go over to, I do eBay or Facebook first, and then I go over to eBay, and then I go and make sure that I give feedback first on all the orders on eBay. And then I go through and see what I have that's ordered. So I have a daddy daughter best friends for life decal that sold a 5.51 in silver. So then I go over here and I look through my stacks.
Hey, Pittsburgh, I sent you a message on Facebook.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I gotta make one of those. On Facebook? Okay.
Not you, Anthony.
Oh.
I didn't send you one.
Oh. I'm like, what? Anthony sent me something? Okay, let me go look. And it wasn't to me. And then, so when
Aunt Kelly's got to get ready for work.
Well, keep listening to us, Aunt Kelly. I love you. Have a good day at work. So then if I have like a okay, so like we have the walleye hunter. I only have one of these, so I have to cut a second one for an order. But when I have them pre-done already, I just grab an envelope, stick them in with the instruction sheet and a business card, and then I tape the back, put the address label on the front, put a stamp if we have them, and then I put it under in my little postal bin down here underneath the desk. And then we're out of stamps now. So that's what I do. And I just got done cutting 8 Peking pit bulls. And now I gotta come over here. So I don't have a silver daddy daughter. I don't think. I'm still trying to organize all my decals the way I like it. But and then endangered species. I have that's 2. Let's see. I only have one of those, so I gotta cut another red.
See, she's got a big organized system down there. I go down there, I can't find nothing. She knows where it's at.
I have organized chaos for me. And I mean, for the most part, everything is labeled kind of what the decal is. Maybe not exactly the name of it, but what like it generally is. Like all our anything that has to do with mom and dad is here. These are all motorcycle quotes, things that you would put on a motorcycle, or traditionally would put on a motorcycle. You can put on other things too, but it's just that's how I do it here. This is our Ain't Caught Shit Fishing Club. All the different fish that we have cut for that. I have a government quotes. I've got fishing quotes, memorials, the FU quotes, which we have tons. Mental health quotes, animal, like different animal sayings, pictures, empowering quotes, and then we have military quotes, and then like ones that I haven't organized yet are over in the white. We have different colors. All these here are the colors. So then I just put those there if I don't have a spot for them over here yet, because I'm still kind of going through and trying to organize things. Oh, and then we have the endangered species, different ones like that. And then we got that one.
People like that endangered species one.
Yes, they do. And I have these. So, oh yeah, I gotta keep that one out. And then they even like to order the little ones. So I have one of those left that I don't have to cut. So, you're welcome. And then I go from there. Okay, that's in blue. And a lot of times I have more than like how I do it. And I'm sure that it's not like how everybody else would do it. But I always cut, like if there's only one order of, like say, don't follow me, I do stupid shit. That's one of our decals. If they only order one in a specific color, I just make 2 right away, because usually shortly after that, the other one will sell. I don't know. It's just something that I've kind of caught on to. So, and am I being too loud?
No.
Okay. Okay, as long as I'm not being too loud.
Oh, got a surprise.
Hola.
What's happening, man?
Hey, not much.
What do you think of the shirt?
I love it. Yeah, it's
don't know what
perfect. I saw the bargain effect go live, and I saw Pittsburgh like right across your chest. I was like, it's perfect. I got to pop in.
So that's
Now,
all
is
it
this
takes.
a hockey team?
Nice. Yeah, that's a hockey team.
Oh,
Yep.
that's even better. I love
Yep.
hockey.
They're very popular in Pittsburgh too.
Are they? Yeah, I got this and I loved it. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get it. I got it at the thrift store,
Nice.
and it's very comfortable, very warm.
Yeah.
I wear it as much as possible when I'm downstairs. So,
Looks good on you.
well, thank you.
Well, what's going on in the Pittsburgh, California world?
Well, man, I've been ramping up eBay like crazy lately.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been really focusing on getting that started and working on a few new business ventures I can't really talk about until like the new year. But yeah, things are going well, man. Going to be at the end of this month moving back to Pittsburgh, more like permanent. Like that'll be like my base of operations, but I'm going to be traveling a little bit more, if that makes sense. So I won't be living in California anymore, but I will be like on occasion because I will need to be here for like work and stuff at certain times.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll officially be going back to Pittsburgh, which I'm really looking forward to. So I haven't even been back since I left. So.
Oh wow.
Really? You haven't made any trips back?
No, there's a lot of people that are gonna like see a lot less of me when I get back because they're used to me being much fatter.
And you're moving back now. You're in Southern Cal, right?
Yeah, I'm right in Hollywood.
So you're going to be moving back right into the brisk of winter, eh?
Oh my god, yeah, I know. I skipped winter last year like entirely, and like this year I'm like moving right back into it. So it's gonna suck.
Oh boy.
But I'll be back and forth pretty regularly throughout like the winter seasons, so shouldn't be too terrible.
Cool. So when you say you're ramping up eBay now, are you like as far as like what you're into, your cards, or are you jumping back?
Yeah, a lot of it's like the stuff I'm into, like cards and collectibles and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's just been really good. Like I've noticed even like a couple like dollar cards and stuff I've just been like putzing around listing. They drive like people that come to my store, and those people will buy like 20 cards. Yeah, because they're like $1 to $3 cards, and then out of nowhere I have like a $60 sale off of like some $5 cards.
Right.
I've been seeing a lot of that happening, so I've been trying to like strategically put a little bit of everything in there, and I've noticed like some of the people that like might enter on like a $2 card might end up buying something that's like a $20 card or whatever.
See, you're lucky because with eBay. Now, do you use the standard envelope shipping?
Yeah. Anything under $20, I'll use standard envelope.
I wish they would open that up to the decal category.
Oh, yeah, you guys would kill it if you could get that. The beautiful thing about cards is, so you remember my basement. You guys were there for like the heart of like my hoarder like basement. The beautiful thing about cards is this is how I store them. So like literally I could take like if I was going to be like in California for 2 weeks and I needed my eBay inventory, I just take a carry-on of like some 2 rows, and like if something sells, I have it with me. So it's so much more manageable, like when you're dealing with like such smaller things than like
absolutely. Well, that's like Dwayne Mothership Products, right? Okay, he had moved from Utah down to Alabama, which we're heavily considering a move down there too.
Nice.
But we're going to be taking a trip out probably right after the first of the year down there by him to visit. Nice. Where if we were selling, the hard goods on eBay like I used to do, it's hard. You leave your inventory behind. You're kind of shut down while you're gone. Where like with the decals, we can take our business in a tote, your standardized plastic tote. You load your roll of vinyls, your cutter, and boom, you're off. And we can take that along with us too, and we can actually stay in business and run it out of a motel room or a camper if we camp, or somebody else's house if they're willing to sacrifice their dining room table or a kitchen counter for a couple hours,
Yep, that's exactly how I'm running my eBay business right now too. Literally, just have my Rollo right here on the kitchen counter with a laptop plugged into it, and it's like boom, off and running again.
Yeah. Now, here's a question for you: do you miss the hard goods reselling, like the sourcing and the hunt?
I do, yeah. The thing that I don't miss though is like having to like store it all and deal with it. Like, so living in an apartment has really made me like think twice about like picking stuff up, because like the thing is where am I going to put it? Like the crazy thing is right now, all of the plush I have listed, like high-end Disney plush, I have it on my porch because I have nowhere in my house to put it. Like, so I have those big zippered IKEA bags like I used to use all the time. So I have a closet out on my porch. That's literally the only place I could find to like store it. So it's like I have like zero space. So like I really try to stay to a lot of smaller things.
Cool. I just want to say hi to Todd, Flippin' Hustler. He came in here.
What's up, Todd?
Craig came in. What's going on, man?
Craig. Speaking of Alabama, there's Craig.
Yeah.
Are you going to be in Alabama towards the end of January or just in the beginning?
I'm thinking it would be more towards the end.
Nice, because I'm going to be there towards the end too. So maybe we can also meet up, maybe grab a bite or something.
What part of Alabama are you heading to?
Birmingham.
Okay, now where is that? Because we're going to be down in like the.
It's reasonably close to Craig. It's like 10 minutes from Craig.
Yeah, I know.
You know what we should do? Dude, we should do like a mid-morning like reunion.
Right?
Just because we'd like all be there.
How far is the Decatur area from you? I think it's a little bit of a ways.
But, I don't know. But I'll be going to Atlanta that weekend too. So if it's like even closer to that part of the state, like I'll be driving through, so it won't really matter.
And we're going to be driving down there as well. Let's see. So I mean, and it's a 12-hour drive from us down to by like the way. It's like 12 hours roughly. Mm-hmm. So if it's another couple-hour drive to meet up or whatever, we just drove 12 hours, and we're going down there for like a week, maybe a week and a couple days.
Yeah, I'll probably be down there for at least a week too, I'd imagine, maybe 2.
Let's see here. It says Birmingham to Decatur. Well, it's only an hour and 12 minutes away. So yeah, we could definitely make something work. And we haven't set like a specific date. We were going to go down there. What was it? September, honey?
Yeah, I think it was.
We were set to go down, and we had a pretty much plan to go down in December. Then a couple of things happened around here that was going to make it a little more hectic to go. Mm-hmm. But then Dwayne's job decided they were going to send him off to Texas during the time we were going to be down there. So we just postponed it. Gotcha. I figured we'll go down there, January when it's cold here to get away from it and take a break.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
So yeah, we'll definitely have to keep in touch though, like on when, because we're pretty flexible on when we're gonna go.
Yeah,
if we can coincide something to meet up, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll for sure be there that last like week for sure, like the 26th, and then like I think like the 27th or whatever, I'm going to be heading over to Atlanta for a day or two. Okay. But like before the 26th and like leading up, I'll definitely be there.
I'm gonna actually jot that down so I don't forget, and then we can put that into our planning, because that would be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. Whole mid-morning reunion coming to down near you folks,
right? every
down south.
Now, how in the God's green earth did that happen? Very strange.
What you did?
I have to redo. Well, it's weird because like all the other decals around it, above it and below it, cut fine. But this one decided it wanted to cut kitty wampus.
Well, show us what you're talking about.
I don't know if I can because it's just, I don't know, sometimes it's hard to see. Oh, see? Now it's going to give me all these lines. But like it cut funny.
Oh no. Got to adjust your blade?
No, it's the only one that did it out of all of them. So I gotta go in and see if something got goofy.
You know, it would be kind of cool with you doing this live stream. I was just thinking of it. There's this dude. I don't know if you ever heard of him. His name's like Malad or something like that. He has like a really big YouTube channel. He like makes Subway sandwiches, but like he like wears like his camera like on his neck, so as he works you can like literally see everything he does, and like people, like millions of people like literally watch this dude work. So
Really?
like that would be cool, like to actually see like you actually doing like all of the different stuff.
We have those glasses.
It's just an idea. I mean, I don't know how many people would like to watch decals, but I mean, a lot of people like to watch the guy make a sandwich. So
Right. Well, you know,
people out there for everything.
And it would be, you know, we have extra cameras too. We could actually hook her up with one of the extra cameras, like down pointing at like what she's doing.
Yeah.
And just join that in on another screen.
Yeah.
That's what I have planned here. I ended up picking up a laser engraver to play with. And I haven't really got into it yet because I got to figure out some ventilation during the winter. In the summer, it was nice. I just put a box fan in the window and it sucked all the smoke and stuff out. But I gotta figure out something for the winter here.
Yeah.
To vent it outside. But I plan on just, you know, as I'm learning it, I was kind of just going to go on YouTube and have a camera with what's going on with that as I'm on here too. So, but yeah, why don't can you tip your camera down and like show what your vinyl cutter is doing?
Okay, give me 1 second.
So they can
make you do more work.
It
just came to me as we were sitting here. Like that'd be like super cool to like actually see some of this stuff.
Right now, it's cutting the endangered species.
That's cool that like you've made this entire business for yourselves. You know, because I remember back in the day of like entrepreneurs, like you would just talk about this stuff, and it's like full blown now. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know how well this will work, but hold on, let me figure this out.
Yeah, the weeding process. I know there's some videos out there where people actually like watching other people just do the weeding process of the decal.
Yeah, it's wild the stuff people watch.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work either.
You know, there's on top of those ink cartridges, on top of the little white shelf, right next to the desk, the green desk, there's a tripod, and that'll screw into the bottom of your camera.
Oh, I see it.
But yeah, and I thought of that before too, was
right,
like if she had the camera on her actually making the decal.
Yeah,
some people might get a kick out of that.
But again, I mean, don't inconvenience your stream over it. I just, you know, it was just an idea.
Well, if we take the time and set it up now, then we don't have to do it later.
True. Yeah, I would imagine there's probably somebody sitting at home right now thinking like, wow, they've set up a business like this at home. Like how? Like, you know, so like just seeing you guys do it, like they're probably taking notes. Like It's just like the reselling thing. Like you watch a guy like find items that you didn't know were valuable, and it's like, wow, I can do that too, you know? And it's like you guys can do that exact same thing with this platform, you know, and
Right.
just promote your business and show people like how you can literally build something like from nothing at home. That's really cool.
Yeah, we started with a $350 vinyl cutter, which you can actually get. I found used ones that we pick up because we pick them up for as cheap as $20 on Marketplace.
Wow.
You know, and yeah, it's actually a low buy-in.
How
It
is
can be
that?
tedious. It can be tedious, like everything though. Anything that's going to pay the bills is going to be work.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely not a get rich quick type thing
Yeah.
because we've been doing it now for a couple of years. We still ain't rich, so
Do you enjoy it though still? Like as much as you did in the beginning?
I think Destiny does, but Destiny does the work. Honestly, she does
Yeah.
the work part of it.
Yeah.
She does all that. What
Yeah.
I do is the product research.
Yeah.
I see what's trending, what's selling, what's hot. I watch all the platforms,
Yeah.
and then I find where I can, all our decals are licensed. We purchase licenses for them.
Yeah. You
You
find
know,
more people are willing to pick up the licensed stuff as opposed to the non-licensed decals?
right? Well, if you jump on eBay, you jump on Etsy, you see tons of copyrighted material, or you see a bunch of people that just copy other people's designs.
Yeah.
And we wanted to protect ourselves because if we buy a license, nobody can come and say, hey, you can't use that decal. I have paperwork to say, yes, I can.
That's smart.
We
Really
we
smart.
stay away from everything copyrighted, like Disney, Star Wars, any
Is
of
that
that.
really loud in your guys' ears?
What was that?
Right next to the cutter, the camera, is that really loud in your ears?
I'm honestly having a really hard time hearing what you're saying.
I said, I forgot the mic is over on this side. Is the cutter too loud?
It's a little loud.
Okay.
I mean, I can hear like
It's because
Anthony fine, but when you're not talking right into the mic, it's kind of hard.
okay, yeah, because it's right next to the cutter, so I'm going to mute while I'm doing this.
Okay. But yeah, there's a couple of, like, when we got started, we had to find channels of people doing the decals.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's one that we watch, Rhinestone World. This guy, he does everything, but you think, okay, so you cut a decal and you pull it out and you put your transfer tape on it. Pretty easy process, but there's so much more you can do. You can layer different colors. You can, add rhinestones to stuff. You can really bling it out if you want to. So there's definitely, just like there's the whole reseller community, there's a decal community.
Let me ask you this.
There's card collecting communities, it's out there.
How do you scale something like this to like be like huge?
Well, that's where we're at now. And it's like, I have to, because the decals, it's saturated.
Yeah.
There's tons of people doing it. So the best way to come out ahead is, the key is customer service.
Mm-hmm.
To take that extra step and really satisfy your customers and recognize that you appreciate their purchases. And it's advertising. It's a pay to play. You got to market.
Yeah.
You got to pay to get out there and be found against millions of other same exact decals that are out there.
Do you find that since it is kind of pay to play and that it's kind of like a community, that you find, do you get like repeat buyers that come back to get like decals time and time again?
We do. We get we have a ton of repeat buyers on eBay alone because it tells you. But like just this month, we've had 12 repeat buyers this month alone on eBay.
Nice.
And then I can't even tell you like I don't know how to look that up. I'm sure you can on eBay somewhere. But like in the lifetime since we've had the store open, how many people have come back? And we'll get people that'll come on there and they'll buy a couple decals. And then, we send a business card out with everything, with all our contact information. And then they'll contact us and they'll want custom orders. They'll want bulk orders. That's had a
crazy.
guy.
She actually has to peel these all off. Like I've never seen this done before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's wild. That's what's cool. You know what I mean? Like this is the sausage being made.
Yeah, that's it. And then after she gets, and that one's got a little bit finer detail in it. That's why she's going so slow. There's other ones that she can just, 2 seconds, it's done. And then after that process is done that she's doing there, and she usually goes through and does all those, then you have to put a clear transfer tape, which is a tape that goes over the top of it.
Yeah.
So, and we want to actually do an application video that would show how that works. Because then when you receive the decal, I don't have any up here, but when you receive the decal, when you pull the transfer tape up, the decal is going to come with it, exposing the sticky side, and that's where you apply it. And you varnish it down with like a little squeegee or an ID card or something. And then when you pull the transfer tape off, it's going to stick to your surface, and that's about it.
Nice.
Yeah, but we include instructions with every order.
The cool thing too is you can even trim some of this stuff, like the footage of her doing that, and use it as like B-roll to like, make videos on it or like evergreen content type stuff.
Right.
It'd be really cool. Or even time lapse it, man. Like imagine if you put that up on like a reel on like Facebook and Instagram or like a TikTok of just her time lapsing like these things, like start to finish, like, and then maybe like print out like a personal one or something that's like super popular and have her apply it to like glass or something, just so I don't know, just like start to finish, like, hey, look how cool this is, and could be yours, prints by TBE. That'd be awesome. Right.
Yeah, it's all definitely some good ideas. And we need to start doing something because we're getting, eBay does well. Marketplace does. I don't know if you sell on Facebook Marketplace or not.
I haven't been recently just because driving in LA sucks so bad. So I try to like literally, if I can just go one time to the post office, that's what I try to do out here. But in Pittsburgh, I sold on Marketplace all the time because it was like super easy to get around. So I'll probably start again once I get home.
Well, we sell all our decals on Marketplace and we ship them.
Nice.
We ship on Marketplace, and but Marketplace has so many bugs and issues.
Really?
So it'll run super hot for a month, and then all of a sudden you're not getting any views, you're not getting any sales, and it's like every time they do some sort of update or something, and it like wipes you from their algorithm, and you gotta adjust and tweak and figure out how to get back into it. And by the time you start flowing again, they make another change because they're fairly new to the whole shipping part of e-commerce.
What's up, Glenn?
Oh, hey, what's going on, man?
So let me ask you this in regards to like your personal business, and it doesn't have to just be decals, but like I guess in terms of your decal business and driving traffic to it, have you guys experimented with like Instagram, Facebook, like those type of ads that like would promote your type of product to like people that are interested in that type of thing?
Right. I haven't played with Instagram at all. And I keep telling myself I need to, because I know Instagram is getting bigger and bigger into like the e-commerce market. I do to the extent of like on Twitter. I do share, our designs in our store with tags and all of that. And 50% of our eBay traffic comes from off the eBay platform.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
that's basically from Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest are the 3 places that we share. So I would imagine, and the reason I haven't gotten into Instagram is because you can't upload your images from the computer.
Gotcha.
It's pretty mobile based yet.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah,
it
that
makes
makes
it
sense.
a little bit more of a pain to do.
Yeah.
And
yeah, especially if you're working off the desktop most of the time. Yeah, that would be a pain.
And that's where I spend 75% of my day in front of the computer,
Yeah.
And so then the only way I can figure out how to actually get it into Instagram, unless you have some ideas, is like go into my eBay store, take a screenshot of the listing so they can see the price that we're asking and whatever, and then upload that screenshot into Instagram with tags. But then you can't even put a link in there.
Yeah. I'm honestly not sure. I know there's like a way to sell on Instagram now where you can actually like have them pay right through the actual post, but
Right.
I don't know how to do any of that yet. I'm so tech dumb.
And I can't figure it out either. Like, and I know you can link your Instagram with your Facebook. And we have a Instagram shop or a Facebook shop that and my Facebook that I tried to link with the Instagram, but for some reason I can't figure out how to do it. So when I'd list, how it's supposed to work is when I'd list something in Marketplace or in our shop, it would also become available for sale on Instagram where they'd be able, like you say, purchase right through there. I can't figure out how to do that. And if anybody knows or be able to walk me through that, it'd be fantastic. Because I've been struggling.
Glenn's asking if you do one-offs because of the copyrights. I know you had mentioned that you use licensed designs most of the time, but do you also try to do one-offs to get around copyrights and stuff like that?
We'll do one-offs, like custom designs for people, that we actually design ourselves. What's been going hot for us lately is people are sending us pictures of their animals.
Oh,
and
nice.
We're able to take that picture and turn it into a decal of like their dogs or their cats, that really represents their specific animal. You can see their animal in it.
That's really cool.
And those work. What with the one-up, we don't like to go dabble in anything. A lot of people are like, oh, well, you can do, say, like a Disney this or that if you change it up to a certain extent. And I don't really want. I tried doing that once. I did get a Vero on it, so I was like, I'm not even gonna play. Obviously, I wasn't far enough out of the realm.
Yeah.
So we're just playing it safe.
Would you say it's probably not profitable enough on like a case-by-case basis to like do that? Like, and that's why you try to stick to the stuff that you can back up, like with your licenses and stuff that just like no one can come after you for.
Yeah, I just want to keep it 100% safe.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's real smart.
It's not worth it, and that's just because there has been a couple of decal sellers that I don't like. The guy Rhinestone World, and he talks about it, so I'm not putting his business out there. But when he started, he did some copyright stuff, and he got sued, and he lost a lot of money. And I just don't want to end up in that situation because the decals, it's not a pay big per item.
Yeah.
We're not making a ton of money per decal. It's a quantity game.
Yeah, for sure.
So to throw a decal, say throw a Mickey Mouse decal out there and make a few $100s off of it, and then Disney comes down and bam and sues you, and they're going to sue you for thousands and then want a bunch of your profits. It's just not worth it to me.
For sure.
There's too many other ideas out there. You can take anything and make it a decal. I have a friend that for years and I just made this decal myself the other day, but his big thing was like when you would say something stupid or off the wall, right?
Mhm.
He'd be like, "High five, no friends," you know.
It happened to me all the time.
Yep. And I made a decal out of it. I just took a high five hand and put those
Yeah.
words on it, and
Nice.
but you know, I watch a lot of like memes that are made for funny phrases and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Put them up and they sell. You know,
Makes sense.
and what's nice with the decals is there's no cost to the product until it sells. So we
True.
can make all the designs we want, and if they don't sell, we're not out anything.
And the beautiful thing there is it's just listings to your store, which probably drives more traffic.
Right.
That's awesome. That's really awesome.
You know, so you can just keep adding and keep adding, you know. And I'll usually let a decal run for about 6 months in the store, where then if this thing's just not getting any traffic, then you know, I'll take it down and find something else to put there.
How many decals do you guys have like on record right now for people to buy?
So right now we have only 390 in our eBay store.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally have like 9 on Etsy. And I'm like, well, from just researching lately, Etsy seems to be a better marketplace for it. So I'm actually going to start turning some attention to that. So I figure, well, they seem to sell 2 to 3 times more on Etsy than they do on eBay. And if we're doing as well as we're doing on eBay with 390, if I put them 390 on Etsy and it does 2 to 3 times better, that's a hell of a jump.
Are you able to cross post them since theoretically you're making the decals?
Yes.
That's brilliant right there. Then you're hitting both demographics.
Right. And I'm cheap, so right now what I'm trying to figure out is if I want to manually cross post or if I want to get something like Vendu and
join the Vendu crew.
And do that, you know. But I don't want to cross post them and say, okay, I'm gonna let Vendu throw all 390 of my decals into an Etsy store, because Etsy works a lot like eBay. You want that consistent activity and that consistent adding, you know. Where I could do, okay, I'm gonna do 10 a day for 39 days, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you find like if you find like you're gonna be like going away for like the weekend or something like that, do you typically like say bust out like 60 some listings and then just release like, you know, like 10 this day, 10 this day, 10 this day, or do you normally just like list what you can when you can?
No, I try to list some new ones every single day.
Nice.
And then anything that doesn't have any sales on it, like any decals that don't have any sales, like we have on the average of 10 to 20 ending every day. Out of those 10 to 20, I might have, say, 7 that don't have any sales. And then I look at the views it got in the last 30 days and say says it's only got like 6 views in 30 days. Something's wrong with the listing. So I'll end that listing. And I love that. Like we go camping, you know, and I just take my laptop and I have a cup of coffee in the morning, take 20 minutes, end these 7 listings, and then sell similar to them, change the title, move the pictures around, you know, tweak a couple of things and throw them back up. And that's how we keep our activity up when we're gone.
Yeah. I've been as far as me, like with eBay, it's been super easy to try to get everything listed every day, just because like a card, I can list a stack like this in like 20 minutes. And it's like typically like when I was doing big items, like this many items would be like a day's worth of listing. But like with small, like little stuff like this, it just like snap, 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 and you're like done for the most part. You know, so like I would imagine it's probably less labor intensive when you're listing the decals as well. I mean, unless it's hard to find something to match it, unless you have like a template or something. I'm not sure how the actual creation of the listing goes. Like I know for me with cards, it's like I just look up, oh, that's an Evan Mobley. I just look it up and hit sell similar, and all of the information I want is already there for me. When you do it with the decal, are you building like it custom? Since like I would imagine the decals you're listing, there's probably not like 100 other sellers on there that are selling that same exact thing, or are there?
Sometimes
Okay.
there is. Sometimes there's a lot of competition for the same exact decal because 100 other people bought it from the same place, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing is and I just want to say, hey, Dynomac, good to see you, man. When we buy our licensed decals, all we're getting is a SVG. We're just getting one little SVG image.
Yeah.
And that's not going to work. So there is some time because I actually have to go put the SVG in our software and actually make mock-ups because people want to see what is it going to look like on my window? What is it going to look like on my car? What's it going to look like on my laptop?
Yeah.
So I actually have to do like a virtual mock-up. We don't cut any decals until these sell.
That's really smart. So essentially,
like
you
our,
have the
our hot
file.
sellers, like this one she's doing here, this endangered speed. We sell a ton of them.
That's awesome.
So she'll cut a ton and do them. But I mean, like, we don't have to cut one and do what she's doing there until the first one sells.
That's awesome.
Unless
very little overhead then, as far as like materials. Would you say?
Yeah, well, we buy our vinyl in a roll.
Uh-huh.
You know, they come in rolls, and just as they sell, then she feeds the rolls. They're like that's all our decals. That right there is probably, I couldn't even tell you how many. I never done the math, but I know our decals to go out the door with shipping is about $1 a decal. That includes envelope, stamp, material, you know, but it doesn't cost us anything until it sells. Like that, the decal she has there didn't cost us anything for that particular decal because it's a white decal and we sell a ton of white. So
yeah,
you know, there's no like upfront. You have to have supplies, but you don't have to have inventory, I guess is what I'm saying.
Are you guys competing against like say people in China for this market, or is it basically like you're against US sellers because it's like eBay US? Like, because I don't think like we're competing with like say eBay Canada or eBay like Australia or like any of them as far as like sales go. I could be wrong because I know there is international sales, but is this a market that like you see a lot of like international saturation in, or are you mainly competing against like other people like in the States?
I think our biggest competition is within the States. Now there is people, you can go and buy that decal. We sell that decal for $5. Okay. Now you can go on eBay and you will find that same decal from somebody that's selling it for $2 with free shipping. But it's China.
Yeah.
Where we come out and they pick our decal over that is for one, they don't want to wait 6 weeks to get it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And they're going to get the personalized customer service and our quality is great. I mean, we created a reputation with our quality, you know, and you can see that in our feedback.
So that's really what you try to do to differentiate yourself in like kind of like a crowded market, is just to provide like top-notch quality like customer service to people.
Absolutely. Awesome. You know, super fast shipping. We're on top of it. A lot of decal sellers have a 2 to 3 day handling on their decals. We have 1 day handling guaranteed. So if you order it today, it's going to go out tomorrow guaranteed.
That's awesome.
But if you order it tomorrow by 2:00, most chances are it's going to go out tomorrow still.
Yeah.
You know, and people
and another thing,
amazed, and that's one of our biggest feedback is the shipping time.
Yeah, and then I'm not gonna send out a decal like I was showing at the beginning where the decal got messed up. I'm not gonna send anybody anything that I wouldn't put on my vehicle,
That's
on
awesome.
my laptop, on my cup. If I'm not happy with it, I redo it and get it to where if I don't know, am I explaining this right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not send out anything that looks like crap.
And
I
we have a
won't.
stack. We have a stack of decals that we call errors.
Mm-hmm.
And if we were to show them to you and you were to look at them, most chances are on most of the decals, you're not even going to be able to spot the error. Because it might be a fine detail that came up that shouldn't have came up.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But it's not what we advertise. That fine detail we advertise. So those get put into a pile that are errors, and those are our freebie, our giveaways. Those are ones that if the kids want to go and sell for $1 a piece or something,
Yeah.
they can do that. So yeah, our main thing that I think helps us in our decal business is our customer service and quality of product. We use a good vinyl. It's got.
Do you advertise made in the U.S.?
I just have been adding that into my listings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most people I think know by our shipping times, and our 1-day handling that it is, and it's 3 to 5 days because it goes under first class.
Yeah.
So I think they mostly know, but for the ones that just don't, and just to give it that branding of Made in the USA, I've been adding that just over the last week actually, because I figured it can't hurt.
Yeah. I feel like I'd be more prone to pick it up if like I saw like, oh, this is, an American business that it was made at.
And our vinyl is made in the US. Our supplier makes it right here in the US. So it's not even like it's imported vinyl.
Yeah. Nice. American made. You gotta like that.
Absolutely. And like I say, our vinyl has a 10-year indoor warranty. Like if you're going to put it on a wall or anything,
Yeah.
10-year indoor, 7-year outdoor against fading, cracking, peeling.
Nice. So like if somebody gets it and they have that issue, you guys just print up a new one for them and send it to them?
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Well, I figure if you buy a decal from me and you come to me 5 years from now, say, hey man, this decal's starting to crack. It's no skin off me to, for one, if you're gonna remember that I was the one that sold, I made such an impression that you're gonna remember I'm the one that sold you this decal 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm gonna replace it.
That's awesome.
And the turnaround, the ROI on it is amazing.
I'm sure. So you get way more business just having faster turnaround.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good to know.
So what I do want to start appealing to though is group sales. I don't want to
like multi-quantity.
You're right.
Yeah.
I love the eBay sales. I love the Etsy sales, selling 1 to 5 decals to a person, but I want to start selling to businesses and schools, and I want to get a place that's going to buy.
That's actually
100,
really smart.
200, 500, from us.
If you could get like, say, high schools, like even in your local area, like imagine how many people would want to be like, hey, I went to, whatever high school, and just have it on the back of their car or whatever,
Right.
Graduate of 2022 or 2023 or whatever, that'd be kind of cool. Do you guys get better business like different parts of the year, like based on like holidays or anything like that?
For the last 2 years, I've said to Destiny, like every fall, okay, it's probably going to slow down now with decals because most people put them on cars. I mean, people put them on their laptops, people put them on Tumblr, but I always felt a majority of the people bought them for their cars. So I'm figuring come winter, we're going to lose half of our clientele because nobody's going to go put a decal on their snow covered car. But we really haven't experienced a slowdown time.
Nice.
I can't say that we went through like we've had slow weeks, but we've never had slow months.
Nice. Well, that's good to hear.
And that was one of my biggest fears was like, summers are going to be slow. But you know, we sell interior decor decals too.
Mm-hmm.
So people will put them, like I say, they'll put them on tumblers. They'll put them on their toolboxes,
yeah,
in their shop, and their walls in their house. Or
yeah, I've seen people do that before with walls in their house.
Yep. And we have a house vinyl that's actually removable that you can put on your wall, and then if you ever want to remove it, you're not going to be able to reuse the decal, but you're going to be able to remove the decal without damaging your wall or your paint.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you guys like niche all the way down to decals now, or are you still like offering like shirts and hats and like other printed stuff too?
No, we pretty much just decals. I would like to get back into the shirts. We actually bought better equipment for shirts.
Nice.
You know, we bought the press and everything. We started, and like when we made your first shirt,
yeah,
you know, we were just getting started. We didn't really know vinyl qualities. We didn't know temperature and pressure on heat presses. I actually scored a really good deal on a commercial heat press that really presses it into the fabric, you know, instead of laying on top of the fabric. It like really presses it into the fabric. I would like to get back into the shirts because to me, it would be more fun to do. What she's doing right there, I'm glad she likes doing it because it would drive me nuts doing it. You know, nonstop every day. It's like, I mean, we've gotten busy. We've had orders of 450 that we got done and put out in 2 days.
Nice.
But it was both of us just going to town at it, and it was like, it would drive me nuts doing it every day. So I'm glad she likes it. You know.
Do you guys plan to scale it like beyond the two of you, like to where you have like external employees, or are you hoping to like mainly just keep it like small and like the way it is, like as far as like it is right now? What's your like long-term goal?
I would love to scale it. We actually had that. We were talking about that this morning, you know, and I was like, I was telling her I got to figure out better ways to market. We're doing okay. I don't want to do good. I want to do fantastic.
For sure.
And there's going to become a time where we're going to plateau to where we can only produce so much by ourselves. We're going to have to.
I'm putting the transfer tape on now.
That's what I meant, especially like if it's like you have some days where both of you are like hammering them out and you have that 1 day guaranteed turnaround, you know, like once you get like to a certain point, you might need to end up bringing in some help to produce like a certain number consistently.
Right. Absolutely. And I would have no problems with doing that. I would actually love to get to the point to where I can pay somebody else and employ somebody else. But I don't want to do that till we get to where our limit is. I'm not going to pay something to do something we can do.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, but when we get to that point to where, look, this is all we can produce by ourselves.
Yeah.
I want to be overworked so I can put somebody else to work.
For sure. Absolutely. You're making tons of sales if that's the case. That's a great problem to have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's really cool, man. I'm just intrigued by how you've taken.
If we will be able to get there with decals alone, to be 100% honest. I don't know if decals alone is going to get us there. I would like to get into stickers.
How much harder are those to do?
Stickers are actually easier, but the equipment is to do a good quality sticker. The equipment is more expensive
Gotcha.
because you have to be able to print these stickers, laminate these stickers, and cut these stickers. But people love stickers a lot more because of branding.
Yeah.
You know, like we have a little bakery shack in town here. It's called Sugar Shack.
Mhm.
And I was like, I can do stickers with what we have, but to do them on like any type of big scale, like if you were to say, hey man, I want 1,000 Pittsburgh stickers
Mhm.
in full color, 3-inch stickers. It's going to take me a while to do it because with the equipment I have, I can
Mhm.
only print and cut like 9 at a time.
Gotcha.
So it'd take me a long time, where the machine that's going to be able to spit this out and do it in like an hour costs 10 grand.
Wow. Yeah.
So you got, but you know, so you don't want to go out and spend 10 grand on a machine
Yeah.
for the guy that's going to come to you and say, hey man, I want 30 stickers.
Yeah.
You got it's a rough transition where you got to have the clientele to make it worth buying that equipment.
Yeah.
So it's like you want the small people to come to you at first and gradually get bigger so you can make the money to justify buying the equipment.
Is the sticker market more profitable than the decal market?
I think it is. I really do. I think, and I don't believe there's as much competition.
Oh, nice.
Because you need more equipment.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more steps involved to make a sticker. For example, I can do it on my regular home printer down here, just my little HP printer, you know, and I print it on sticker paper.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have laminate, regular sheeting laminate, like you would think for laminating shit.
Yeah.
And you have to apply that. Then I got to feed that into the cutter and then actually contour cut around these stickers. So it's a 3-step process. It's easier in the sense, okay, it spits out a paper from the printer. I throw my laminate on, I stick it in a cutter, it cuts it. Done. There's none of all that intricate weeding because it's full color.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more steps.
Yeah.
You know, so it kind of balances out. People, I think, that are looking for branding want stickers. They don't want decals.
Yeah.
You know, you put it. If you
Makes
look at
sense.
all
You put it on more things, and it'll be more visible. Yeah.
Right. If you look at even trucks, I'd love to get in wraps for vehicles.
All right, that'd be
Same
cool.
equipment though. It would be the same equipment for doing the stickers. But if you look at most businesses, unless they're just a little private Joe Schmo contractor,
Mm-hmm.
you look at any big business, they have full color wraps on their vehicle. AT&T's vehicles don't just have a black AT&T Mobile on it. They got full color wraps, you know. So
yeah,
businesses want, like I say, even with the Sugar Shack, I don't think she'd want a bunch of little white decals that say Sugar Shack. Maybe she would, you know. I think she would much rather have a 3-inch sticker with her colored logo on it that she can put on her donut boxes or cake boxes.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, things like that'll actually stand out.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question for the viewers that are watching that are like intrigued that would like to potentially start something like this for themselves. Like what kind of startup capital, like for somebody to do this right, like what type of capital would somebody have like prepared or set aside to be able to have like, because you obviously you want to have decent equipment so that way you're not putting out like substandard, you know, decals or whatever you do. So like in your opinion, like being that you've done this for a while, like what would you give advice on like, hey, have this amount of money ready to invest in the kind of company?
If you're just starting out from scratch, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can go out and you can buy everything you need on Amazon right now in a $350 bundle.
Nice.
Brand new, right from the store, shipped to your door. But you can also, like I say, you can go on Marketplace. I found the same cutters used for as low as $20.
Wow.
And then you have your vinyl costs. There's different ways you can buy your vinyl. Buy them in sheets. You can buy them in rolls. We buy them in rolls because it's cheaper per square foot, and we go through it. We have enough customer base where we burn through it, and your transfer tape. But to do a decal like that, all you need is a cutter. You start out with your little home craft cutter. You can use a Cree-Cut. You can use a Cameo Silhouette. Any of those work. A Brother cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Your vinyl and your transfer tape. That's all you need. Just to get started, and then as you're developing sales and making some money, then like we have 4 cutters. We have 4 different cutters. We have 3 12-inch cutters and 1 28-inch cutter.
What's like the biggest cutter that they have?
54 inches, I think, is the biggest that I've seen.
Is that something you want to work up to, or are you pretty satisfied with the size of your cutters?
No, I would like to work up to. Okay, the cutter I'm looking at is a Roland, and what that'll do is that'll print you a full color graphic, and then pull it back in and cut it.
Oh, nice.
And that's a 54-inch printer cutter. Mm-hmm. It uses Eco Sullivan ink, so it's like UV resistant. It's not going to fade, and all of that. But you're looking at 10 grand, 12 grand.
Did they make a cutter? This might sound dumb, but I'm ignorant to the business. And I think some people that might stumble across the video in the future might also be ignorant to the business. That's why I'm asking. But is there any cutter, like regardless of price, even if it's like, a $50,000 cutter, is there anything that would skip some of the steps that she has to do right here? Like, for example, like where she's going through with like the little X-Acto knife, picking the little pieces out, or, like separating them into, like, if there's more than one decal on one strip, is there like a high-end cutter that would do some of those steps for you guys to, like, I guess, scale the speed that you're able to produce these?
Right. No, when it comes to where she's weeding out the excess, that is all done by hand. Everybody that does it by hand. I don't even believe in big manufacturing that there's a machine that does that.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Maybe it's just not open to the consumer, and that's why I don't know about it. But I do not believe that there is a machine that will weed it or transfer tape it or anything like that. That's all done by hand.
Man, I'll tell you what, that right there, if you could figure a way to make that machine, I bet you that would be like a $1 billion business, just cutting out all of the extra work you guys have to do. But yeah, I mean, that's cool to see it like actually done and like learn how the machines and like stuff like that work. So what she's doing there is just making sure the transfer tape stays on. Is that right?
Right. Yep. She's just making sure that there's no air pockets in there, and that the transfer tape is actually stuck to the decal. So when they go to pull it back, the decal comes with it and not stays.
Yeah.
I think she's going to show you how it separates here.
Hey, Lady Freebird, good to see you.
Hey, good afternoon. I know it's our afternoon. I'm not sure what time it is by her. There, see, so when she pulls the backing off,
the
decal will stay on there. And then you would do the same thing. You would lay that transfer tape onto the surface you're applying it to, take the squeegee, squish it down so the adhesive from the decal now sticks to the surface you're applying it to.
Okay.
And then you would just pull the transfer tape off. Your decal is going to stay.
Nice. That's really cool.
So
How long did it take Destiny to kind of get the hang of this? Because I know coming into this, she didn't have any experience with this type of work, correct?
right, yeah, we had no idea what the hell we were doing, none whatsoever.
I mean, she looks like a professional, like going through here, like whizzing through. Like how, like, I mean, obviously you've been doing this for a few years now, but I mean, it's just it's wild to think that somebody that had zero background is, you know, as expert as she appears to be at it. Like, what all did you have to do as far as like training her up and like teaching her how to do this?
Well, I couldn't really train her because I knew nothing too, you know.
Yeah. So is it just you guys just watched a ton of videos and learned as much as you could, or
Yeah,
like what instruction manual, like if any, is there for this line of work?
YouTube. You get the
Yeah.
basic idea from YouTube, and then the rest is trial and error.
Yeah.
You know, YouTube can teach you a lot, but there is a lot that YouTube can't show you. You just have to do it,
Yeah.
and you learn what not to do. You know,
Yeah.
this didn't work out doing it this way. So, I mean, we can teach you. I could teach you how to do the exact same thing she's doing,
Mm-hmm.
but when it comes to and you got to adjust through it as your blade wears. You got to cut deeper. You know, you got to look for. You got to know what signs to look for. That oh, my blade is starting to get a little dull, so I got to run a deeper cut or change my blade.
Yeah,
and that we can't teach you. You just kind of learn it as you go along. Yeah, she got quick at it, and I'd say it took her. Oh, I think it took her about 3 months before she got competent. Started to build confidence in what she was, and then just over time she got better and faster. And I don't, honey, can you tell us like how long it took you before you felt okay? I know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, I would love to hear your experience because, like,
I'm still in
you're
that
killing it.
mindset. It's kind of funny. I mean, can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's kind of funny that people. You're not the only one who ever said or who has said, you know, oh, you're expert at this. Let me tell you, I still screw up to this day on certain things. But I would say about 3 months into it, I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. But my favorite part about the whole thing, I'm not even gonna lie, is the weeding. Weeding it is so relaxing for me.
Is
And
that where you're pulling the pieces off with the little
yep,
X-Acto knife?
Yep. And I do something else too that a lot of people don't do. At the beginning of it, I would have to if something didn't, it came up or whatever. When I was peeling it, I would set it aside and I'd cut a whole new one. Now I just look and see what came up that I can't find, because I will search for the piece. I will analyze the piece when I find it to see if it's good enough to put back in the decal or if I need to cut a new one. And I will just cut that piece and add it to it. A lot of people that I watched, they just set it aside and cut a whole new one. That's wasting a lot of vinyl. So if I can just doctor it. And
so, like for instance, in the endangered there, if the D for some reason when she was weeding it, the D came up and she didn't realize it. You know, now it ends up in this ball of excess. She obviously can't use the D.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, dang, this decal's broken now. We can't sell this. So I'm going to use another 5.5 inch square of vinyl and recut the whole decal. And she figured out, well, we have scrap little pieces. I can actually just cut that D and put it back in place.
Yep, exactly.
You know, to save costs. And in the beginning, that was something that she learned and figured out on her own. well, I don't have to use a whole nother big piece and
Yeah.
basically toss this decal. I can just use one of our scraps and fix it.
Over a year, how much money do you think that saves your business, just being able to take a piece of scrap and salvage it into like a good decal, like without having to
A lot.
Yeah, see, I can't tell you because, like I say, she's down there. I let her do her thing. I don't know how many times she fixes a decal to say, okay, we've saved 1,000 decals in a year or 200 decals in a year.
Yeah.
I'm not good with numbers. I just know
I'm not either.
I just know that at the beginning of it, when I first started doing that, let me tell you, it saved a whole lot of money. Now, because of how I make sure, like a lot of the decals, I know, well, you have to pull slower. You can't pull fast, or if you're going to screw it up. And so now it's just like, I don't have to do that as often. So I'm getting better at that. But I would say doing it that way, I would say it saves a lot of decals money.
Lady Freebird has a question for you guys. She says, "Do you send your services offered all companies?" Oh, thank you, Lady Freebird. Appreciate that. She says, "Well done on my health changes. I really appreciate it."
Absolutely. I'm not sure what she's asked. Do you know what she's asking? I'm a little confused by what she's asking.
If I had to guess, I would say, like, do you offer your services to all companies, like, or is it offered like all like, could she order it over in Ireland? Like, would you be able to work with a company in her jurisdiction? Or I don't know if you're asking something different, Lady Freebird, please let us know. But that's kind of
I think that's what she's saying.
I mean, like we used to sell. We'd get international orders, but because of the way we ship, it really wasn't financially
So to make sure
smart for us.
Emailing companies.
Okay, so what
you send your services offered, emailing companies. Okay, so like, are you emailing out? I guess.
Yeah, no, we don't do any like cold calling or cold emailing. But that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking we need to, like I say, when we were driving through town, I'm looking at this like, who could we cut up some samples for and take them in and try to, give them some samples and try to sell our service,
Steven has a great question for you guys as well. So he says, with how you ship them, how many customers have said to you they haven't received the item with you guys just putting a stamp on it? Has that been something that you've dealt with a little bit more, because it's like a lower cost item? Do you find that you're pretty safe?
We're pretty safe. Let me address the end of Lady Freebirds real quick. Sure. As far as shipping international, yeah, by the time we would charge the postage to ship it international, they're cheaper finding somebody locally because they have somebody in the UK that makes decals.
Yeah. And that's cool that you'll say that. Like, hey, it's actually cheaper if you go and like buy something from my competitor. You know what I mean? Like, most companies be like, no, come through me. I'll give you a great smoking deal international. But meanwhile, it's like maybe the shipping costs more than the decal. You know what I mean? And I think it's cool that you're just be like, hey, you're probably going to save money if you just find one in the UK.
We did have the global shipping open. Just it was in guy, and there was people that paid $17 for shipping for their decal that I ran a sale on, and it was down to $4, and he paid $17 for a $4 decal just to have it shipped to them when they could have went on their eBay local and got it for $4 their price, probably with free shipping.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Our turnaround, now to answer to Steven's question, very rarely. It does happen, but very rare. We have not really had a big issue or a large amount of people that say we haven't got our decals. When we do get it, we've noticed, and we just went through this not too long ago, we would get an influx. And it always seemed to happen at the same time. We'd get like 4 or 5 people that'd be like, I didn't get my decal. I didn't get my decal. And it was always at the same time. And when we sat back and thought about it, why are they coming in such influxes, especially when one's going to Connecticut, one's going to California, one's going to Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Why are these all happening at the time? And we actually tied it to our post office. We have a post office 2 blocks from our house.
Yeah.
But we actually use the post office on the other side of town because we like it better. We've had issues with incoming mail with our local neighborhood post office. We tied the issue to when they go out with a stamped envelope and we just go and drop them because we're heading out of town or something, and we just go and drop them in their chute outside, their blue mailbox outside. Mm-hmm. When we do that is when we get the influx of I didn't get my decal. So something's happening from the time we drop it in the box till it's getting on the truck. Because when we use the post office across town, all that mail ends up on the same truck.
Do you find that your postal workers at that post office may not be scanning all of your items? Because I've been sending a lot of the eBay standard envelopes. And I mean, I don't want to say I have a lot of people basically saying, hey, I never got my thing. But essentially, I've done some research on it, and it goes back to the post office I drop it at, because normally I'll just bring in a bag and just drop the whole bag in their little box. It goes to them not actually scanning every single thing as it goes out, so it doesn't track right. So I don't know if that is something that happens with, because I mean they're similar size things. Like you could also send a card out with a stamp. You know, now we have simple envelope, which makes it a little bit better. They're standard envelope, but yeah, I would imagine that could also be an issue.
Right. Well, when we do like anything that's like our 5.5s go out stamped, and then our 11.5s go out first class, and we take them in to the post office that we like to deal with, and they have no problem. They'll scan them right there in front of us. Boop, 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 boop.
Do you pack them always the way she's packing, just like you just slide it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, or do you ever like have to put like cardboard or anything on either side, or is that not allowed with the stamp?
It's not allowed with the stamp.
Okay.
All the 5.5s, they go out that way unless somebody, we do have a first class with tracking option that they pay additional for. But yeah, the most of them go out in that envelope. If we have bigger ones, we have these triangular tubes. Like this is one that came back to us for insufficient address. And it was through Marketplace, and Marketplace, they're selling thing like there's no way for me to go back and search this person in our past orders. So I have to wait for the Marketplace people to get a hold of me. I can't get a hold of them and say, hey, something's wrong with your address. So this has been sitting on the shelf for like a month waiting.
So that's how you would do something.
Just go out in this little 3x3 by 13-inch square, with covered with just a little first class.
Have you ever had issues with damages like on decals and stuff like that, or are they pretty safe? Like I would imagine they're pretty safe, but I mean I could imagine if it gets bent up, maybe it starts to pull off of the paper, maybe, or I don't know. Like, is weather ever an issue with this? Like, maybe it's super hot or it's too cold, or
we did have one person that messaged us. It was during the summer, and I'm not sure what happened, but the I think it was a vinyl that we were just trying out, and it literally fused to the backing.
Mm-hmm.
The actual decal fused to the backing, and I did an experiment. Now we have a greenhouse in the backyard.
Right, because I thought maybe it sat in a hot truck
Yeah.
And it kind of like melted together or something.
And so I packaged one up, same color, everything, same material, or vinyl. I put it in an envelope. I taped it. I took it outside and I set it in the greenhouse in a bag, in a clear plastic bag, because you know how greenhouses have moisture and stuff. And I didn't want that to do anything with the decal. And I let it sit there for 3 days in the blistering sun in the greenhouse with it closed, because those things get really hot. And I pulled it out and it came right off with no issue. So we're not sure what happened. It could have been just from the manufacturer, but we did send out a new decal to them, apologized, but I wanted to see why it possibly could have done that. And I think it had to do with whatever the manufacturer did.
It was some extenuating circumstance. Something happened with that package during transit. We sent them out another one, like I say, like she said, with made out of the exact same product, and we ended up with a positive feedback. They had no problem with the second one, but that was the only one out of all the spring that we've been doing it where somebody said it arrived defective. You know, that they weren't happy with the way it arrived.
Lady Freebird had a really good question. Do you have trade fairs like in your area, and do you attend them? Do you try to promote your business at like any of those type of things? Like I know sometimes even like community, like street fairs and stuff like that. I've seen people with this type of business kind of set up and, you know, just kind of promote like, hey, this is what I do. You can buy stuff like on demand. You know, here's like a list of all of the decals we have, or if you have something custom, you can send us a file type thing. Like, have you guys thought of doing that, or have you done that? And if you have, like, what type of success have you seen with that type of?
We haven't done it. We have thought about it. We talked deeply about it. In fact, we ended up we had a pop-up camper that we were renovating that was old, and well, we ended up picking up a really good deal on a newer camper. So we have craft fairs. We got tons of like festival type shows, car shows and everything. So we've talked about, we stopped the renovation of the old camper in the middle of it, talking about, well, maybe we should turn this into a mobile decal shop.
That'd be cool.
So we can attend even flea markets, you know.
Yeah.
We can attend flea markets. We can go to car shows. We're right here by the Dells, so there's always festivals and stuff going on. And yeah, that's one of the things we're looking into getting into in spring.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. What's up, Storage Bandits? Good to see you.
We have one of the biggest car show events in the United States that takes place here in early spring in the Dells. It's called Automotion. And I mean, people come from everywhere around just to
Automotion is my national holiday.
Yeah. You know, and I'm like, what would be a better place to sell custom car decals than at a custom car show?
That would be awesome. You guys would probably clean up there.
Right. So we're definitely going to look into getting a spot. We do kind of feel positive about one place where we might be able to set up for a very reasonable price for that weekend and check it out. But I think, yeah, definitely we need to get out there where we can do on the spot custom work.
Yeah. You know what you should do? You should reach out to some show organizers and see if you can like partner with them and like maybe give them some free decals for like some space or something at their thing. And, you know, have them promote the heck out of you. That's one thing that worked really well with us is like TGT is we would partner with like different show promoters in different parts of the country. And they basically give us like free space, advertise us to their people. And then like everybody would come and like submit cards to us. So like maybe if you found some like either craft shows or like car shows and you know, offered to, you know, hook up like the person who runs it, maybe they would give you guys some kind of, you know, free publicity or something to get people to come buy your product.
Definitely. See, and that doing that type of stuff, I definitely want to do that. I think we need to broaden our reach. I just don't know how to do that, to be 100% honest. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we have, like I say, we have a fall festival down here. It was a huge festival, and there's tons of vendors. I know how to go and rent a spot from them,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know how to negotiate a deal with them. Like, how do I? Okay, it's contact this person to rent a spot.
Yeah.
How do I come at them to try to swap maybe some product for a spot? Because this is just some dude that's just running booking.
Typically what I've done, because most of the time people don't know who I am when I've reached out to them. Sometimes I've gotten lucky and they've like heard of me because I have a YouTube channel, but most of the time people don't know me. So I just email them like it's a professional business reaching out on like some kind of partnership inquiry. You know what I mean? And, based on what I know about the person, I'll kind of, use that to kind of build up why I'd like to partner with them in this endeavor. You know what I mean? Like, for example, with cards, it's like, hey, I hear you're one of the best shows in this territory. And, we really have been wanting to, service your demographic, but we haven't really had an opportunity yet. But since your reputation precedes you, I wanted to reach out and see if you would, number one, be interested in checking out my product, but number two, be interested in partnering with me so that I can help bring it to the people that come to your shows and, that you're looking to enrich like their experience. We want to bring a separate experience to your show and kind of bring, some kind of value. So typically I've always tried to spin it to where like, hey, we want to bring value to what you're already doing. And that value is us doing what we already do, that kind of thing.
So what I'm hearing is I'm hearing Anthony say, I'd really like to mentor you in how to do this.
I think we're going to be able to help each other, man. Like, because I'm pretty good with like marketing type stuff, and it seems like you're very good with logistical type stuff, which I'm very weak at. Like everything I've ever started, I've had to have somebody very good with like numbers, logistics, and that kind of stuff kind of walk alongside me because I'm just not very good at those type of things. But the things I'm good at are, I'm pretty good at.
Yeah, see, and that's what I was just laying. We were laying in bed the other night, and I was just telling Destiny, I gotta pick up my marketing game. I just don't know exactly how. But we need to market. We need to get in front of more eyes. We need more people to see us. Hey, look at that. There's a name I ain't seen in a while. It's them flipping Crooters. What's up, Rebecca? Hey, see,
Dino Max says he normally will contact the host organization, offer flat fee for space or percentage of sales, assuming you've gotten permission to use event logo.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times too, like, I don't know if the guys that set up with like craft shows or car shows are the same way, but I always really had a good in because they were looking for like some kind of attraction that people would come to their show for. So if you can add something that people are going to want to come and like actually participate in, you know what I mean? Like, oh, look, you can get a custom decal made here only for this show. Like it's a special thing just for their show.
Right.
I think that somebody would like really like that. You know what I mean? And then maybe you could even say, hey, because you're giving me space, I'm going to give you giveaways. Like I'll print up like 100 free decals with your show logo on it, and say, hey, I was at, Car Cruise 2022 or 2023, whatever it is. And then all the people there would get like a little decal to put on their car, just for attending.
Right. Okay.
So like something like that, you might be able to get away with doing cheap and then them sending you a whole bunch of business. And then the people that got the free decal, maybe like on the back, you could have like your business information printed like, hey, this is prints by TBE. If you're interested in more, there's a lot in this eBay store, Etsy, website, whatever, you know what I mean? Like to just get like the free publicity and maybe pick up a little bit more of a following that you might not have had before.
Yeah, definitely sounds like that.
That's a good idea too. Dino Max says if you sell similar themed items at the event too. So like if say it's a car cruise, like maybe you have different car themed items, like whether it's like fuzzy dice or like the things you put on your steering wheel, like the cover or whatever, or like anything, you know, like, or you just make different things like stickers and bumper stickers, or even.
Right. Yeah, I definitely got to up my marketing game for sure, because eBay and Etsy, you know, they're bread and butter, but I want jelly on my shit too, you know.
I don't blame you there, man. At least some like cream cheese, you know, give you some kind of substance. Maybe a little peanut butter for protein.
Steven, right? Steven asked, have we had any trouble with copyright? No, we stay away from anything that would get us in any type sort of copyright, even questionable, we stay away from. We have licenses for every one of our designs. I'm not the most, what would you call it? Graphic designer skills are very like minimal. So we actually pay for our designs. Mm-hmm. And we let the people that are good at it do it.
That's smart though. You know what I mean? Like if you can just outsource it, why not? You know, and if it's affordable, heck yeah.
You know, like if you come to us and say, hey, you know, I'm starting this business, I'm having issues with coming up with a logo or something, you know, we'll try to help you and come up with, work with you and get you a design and make you some decals or whatever. We don't like outsource that. We won't say, well, go have this guy design it, and then when you got a design, we'll cut. You know, we'll do that. Well, and we do all kinds of custom. People come with memorial decals, and you know, we just had a lady that came to us with her German Shepherd passed away. You know, now we have German Shepherd decals, but what she wanted that we didn't have is a German Shepherd with wings.
Yeah.
You know, so we did that and put a wing design and a shepherd design together to come up with what she wanted, and then added the name and the dates and stuff like that. Let's see. My last event, I printed.
That's awesome, Dynamac.
Yes, for each team members.
Oh yeah, that looks really cool.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
Dino Mac just said in the chat, he says at his last event, he printed up championship hats for each team member's division winning teams, about 75 hats. He says with that, he was able to set up a booth at an event for exclusive apparel. So that's awesome.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, sometimes like that's what I've noticed just with like the card industry, just like offering some kind of free value. It oftentimes gets your foot in the door, and you know, they'll basically send you all their customers just because, hey, you're offering something, you know, free or something like that no one else was willing to offer.
Right.
You know, or, you know, if it's, you know, just a one-off thing and you want to just pay to get a booth, you can do that too. But I mean, it's always nice whenever the people are willing to partner with you and comp you on the table.
Absolutely. You know, especially if your cost of goods is cheaper than the cost of booth.
Yeah. A lot of what we did with TGT when I was doing the traveling, most of the expense would just be like my hotel and the flight or wherever I was going, you know, ticket or whatever. And most of the shows would comp most of the other stuff just because we were bringing a lot of, you know, exposure and other things to the show and bringing value, doing giveaways and stuff like that. So a lot of that stuff too, they can promote like, hey, this is happening here, you know, and typically they'll use that as a way to draw more people in because they're typically looking for some kind of attraction. That's why a lot of at least shows I go to will bring in like, you know, like a former athlete or celebrity or something like that. People will like pay to come meet, you know, because it's just like a different activity or something for people to get involved with.
How much of like I know when you were doing that, you guys were doing a lot of YouTube too. How much of YouTube do you think benefited?
A lot, if I'm being honest. For the main reason, we had a very I would say dedicated fan base because most of the people that were fan base have been following me for years on YouTube. You know what I mean? So normally like a new company comes out and you have like a lot of people don't take them serious, or they don't like, especially in this sports card grading space, like they're not taken serious because it's like, well, who the hell are these guys? I can just go to PSA or whatever. Like it helped in a sense where I already had people that like knew me, trusted me, knew I wasn't going to like take their cards and run off or anything like that. So the initial people that like were early adopters was a lot easier, being that I did have like a little bit of a following. You know what I mean? I don't have a huge following. It's not like we were balling off of like my YouTube channel, but like we at least had people that would say, hey, you know what? This guy's doing something cool. I'm going to send him an order of cards. You know what I mean? And because there were people willing to do that, it gave us the opportunity to, you know, be able to do something cool with the company.
Was that? Oh,
that's the washer dryer. Sorry about that.
Oh, I was wondering if it was yours or ours.
No, it was mine. My bad.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I say, it's been going good. It pays the bills. It gives us a little extra money, but it's time now to actually start thinking. We got it pretty mastered as far as the process. Now it's trying to focus on expanding the clientele.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Pulling more business.
Yeah, it's just super cool. I could see people almost watching this as like an ASMR type thing too. You know what I mean? You just have the camera over her, just let her work. Even if it's like the machines making loud noises, I'm sure somebody would sit there and watch this.
So be that white noise for somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, she actually probably could do that, have that camera just like that, and get some of that copyright-free music, and she wouldn't even have to talk, you know. Just
I mean, she's doing it already, you know. It's free content.
Yeah. Now that little tool she's using there, she made that.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a mechanical pencil.
Yeah.
With a sewing needle in it.
Oh, nice.
And she found that to be her favorite, because they make, like, I don't have any over here. I got them. You know, these here are like your standard reading tools. They almost look like dental picks, you know.
Yeah.
And she just found, and that's why I say, you know, we could teach you, okay, go pick up one of these and use it, but she wasn't comfortable with it. It just didn't work, you know. And there's just things you gotta to learn and adapt and adjust on your own. That's
quite the bumper sticker she just made there. Is that going on your truck?
Which one did you make? Which one did you make, hon? I didn't even see. Let me see.
Show that sticker again.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And you know, like for instance, we just sold one of those on eBay, but the guy sent me a message. He's like, hey, I really like this decal. It's cool, but I don't really think my church would like it.
Yeah.
And you change shit to stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem. You know?
Yeah.
And he was super happy.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Is it reasonably easy just for you guys to edit the file and change the name or a word or something like that?
In most cases, it is. Sometimes it can be a little tricky because, like I say, we buy our designs. They're all editable.
Yeah.
But we don't always know what font they use.
Mm-hmm.
And we may not have that particular font.
Gotcha.
So in the case where the guy wanted to change the shit to stuff, we didn't actually have that particular font in our font category. We have a lot, but we didn't have that particular one. So, you know, I told him we can do it, but the font will be similar, but it's not going to be the exact one. And we made a mock-up. I sent it to him, and he was like, fantastic, you know.
Nice.
But usually, yeah, it's real easy just to go in there if you want a different word, or even if you want a different font. It's pretty easy to go in and change.
Nice. How many of these do you think you guys have to do like per day or like per week even? Like what are you sending out like typically?
Honey, you did a count. How many are you doing today?
So far, I have, in the short time that we've been doing the live, because I started right when we went live. Figure this out here. 1, 2,
Like, how many orders do you got down there that you're working on today?
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Probably like 23, 24 just today.
Is that pretty standard? Like you guys get those type of orders like every day?
Between Etsy, eBay, and Marketplace, yeah. What I would like to do is get that many orders per platform.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You know, and while we know with eBay, the only way to do that is just keep listing new designs. You know,
Yeah,
Etsy, like I say, Etsy, I only have like 9 of them on there. I really need to get more on there, especially since that seems to be the better platform for decals. You know, anything craft made, handmade. Etsy.
Are you finding the best ones that have sold for you on eBay to list on Etsy first, or are you just kind of listing whatever you can there when you can?
Yeah, I probably think that I will go with our best sellers first. Why not? You know, that seems like that would be the logical thing to do to get traffic to the Etsy store.
Yeah.
And to start developing a positive sales history.
Yeah.
So I would hope if they're searching for it on eBay, they're also searching for it on Etsy. But I could be totally wrong. I think the class of people, in most cases, by the majority, I think Etsy buyers are different than eBay buyers. So they might be searching totally different kinds of decals. I don't know. Check back with me in a month and I should have some data on that.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how that goes as far as like the Etsy people. Has there been one design that's been like kind of like head and shoulders above the rest as far as like sales, or is it just kind of like random what sells when?
It seems to go in phases. Like, I'm going to bring up I think our all-time hot seller, I'll tell you what that decal is. And I believe it's a scorpion unless that changed. Get in here.
I think that changed.
When you list these, do you just list like one listing multi-quantity, like X number, and then just keep upping that quantity as it sells down, or like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I usually start. I list them, and I have a low quantity to start with, like 2.
Yeah.
2 available. Just because of the whole supply and demand thing, it says only 2 left.
That makes sense.
From versing starting out with say 20.
Yeah.
It seems like when I list them with a lower quantity available, it seems to, I don't know if it triggers an urge to where, I better buy it now because they're running out.
Yeah, that's smart.
I think it's the theory that works. So I usually keep the quantities lower, and then as they sell, I just replenish the amount.
Nice.
Right here, I will show you. This has been our all-time hot selling decal.
Oh, nice.
Why? I cannot tell you. We sell it in a left and right version. We do have a guy that comes back. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's got a shop. I wish he would reach out to me personally, because like I say, we send contact information with every order. And I wish he'd reach out, because we could work out a deal, because he buys so much from us. I'd be happy to give him a quantity discount if he just purchased more at a crack. But that's our hot selling decal. Why a Scorpion is the hottest selling decal, I have no idea.
That's cool though. Just a random Scorpion is making
Right.
you money.
Right. It's just very
And
weird.
a lot of them go out to California.
Nice.
So if you see a Scorpion like that on somebody's car, that's from us.
Nice. Hopefully it's not the guy I cut off this morning.
Well, yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah, that's insanely cool though.
So I just had a message on a K9 German Shepherd decal, and the guy says, "Hi, I received my decals and they look great. That being said, these are made to apply to the outside of the glass, right? My windows are dark tinted, so I didn't think it would show up well if it had to be on the inside. Please let me know. ASAP, thanks." And he just sent that, and I am going to respond to him immediately because I believe, like I say, our customer service is what I think keeps us on top of the game versus everybody else.
So what is the answer? Can it be applied on either side, or does it have to go on one specific side of the vehicle?
By default, they are made, the adhesives on the back, so they are made to be applied on the exterior of the surface.
Oh, so that's perfect for him then.
Right. In most cases, cars nowadays have tinted windows, so they would be hard to show up if you put them on the inside.
Yeah.
But we have had people that bought from us that had businesses that want to put them on a regular clear glass door, and they want them on the inside. And if they let us know that, all we got to do is mirror the image so the adhesive would be on where they'd be able to apply it, and the image is still going to be in the right direction facing out.
Do you guys put that information like in the description of your listings or anything like that? Do you have like a standard like FAQ or anything like that to avoid like multiple inquiries or anything like that?
We really don't, because we've had, it's very far. I think we've had like 2 inquiries to ask if they could be made so they can go on the inside. So I haven't found it being questioned enough, or the demand. It probably wouldn't hurt to add it, but maybe that's something I should add to decals from this forward. I don't know if it's valuable enough to go back and add it to each individual listing that's already out there.
Yeah, I mean, if you only had 2 in like a couple of years, it's probably not that big a deal. I know like sometimes with like cards or something like that, or like say clothing, or like there's always going to be something someone's going to ask whenever they go to order it or whatever, or think about buying it. So typically if that's the case, I always try to have some kind of canned thing that I just copy and paste in there or have available so that, when they ask, it's already like kind of answered.
Right. And I have went back and edited listening. Like if I find I'm getting a question that's asked repetitively, then I will actually go back and spend the time going through the listings to add a line, clearing up that question.
Lady Freebird said a male or female pulling the lever back on the gas tank would be funny, as the prices are scary. Yep. Do you guys have that design in your
we have that decal. Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could have sworn I saw that. I don't know if you guys shared that at some point, but I saw that somewhere where like the guy's like pulling back the E thing or whatever. That's pretty cool.
Have you had any experience with the new eBay messaging system?
I mean, I've done some messaging on there, but I mean, it hasn't seemed different to me, but I'm doing it on mobile. I'm not doing it on the computer.
Yeah,
so.
Mobile, well, I don't know, because sometimes it like flip-flops on the computer, but other times it's like the old normal way, and then it'll go to some new weird thing set up. But mostly that's on the phone.
because they just asked me yesterday or the day before, oh, the new messaging system, blah blah blah. Do you want to try it? And I'm like, yeah, sure, okay, I'll try it. So this
Yeah,
guy,
it almost looks like you're texting somebody.
yeah, but I don't know how it looks on their end. Like if they're not, because I always like to, if it's an email, I always close it with blah blah blah. Like in this case, thank you for your purchase.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and then I put my name.
Mhm.
But I don't want to like close it with my name in a message. They already know who they're talking to. But if they're seeing it as an email, I would like to. But if they're seeing it as a message, I don't want to do it that way.
Yeah.
Right. Ouch.
I was just curious because if I'm opted into it and he's not, he's receiving it as an email response and not a message response.
Right.
And I guess they're going to be rolling it out to where it's all like that. It's like in its trial period now. You know how eBay does.
Yeah.
But, and I'm always the first one. When eBay says, oh, we got this in beta or whatever, do you want to try it out? Yes, absolutely. Because if it's in beta now, they're going to force it on you at some point. And I don't want to be an expert. I don't want to be one of these people that are like, oh, like when eBay changed the listing format.
Yeah.
Oh, they just changed the listing format. No, they didn't. They announced in spring and offered it as a beta try, and you chose not to and wait to the last minute. Now you're forced to learn it without having the option to go back. So I always jump on their beta, try it out, because then if a situation comes up where I don't like the response I'm getting, then I can jump back to the old way without being stuck with, I don't know what to do, and now I'm in the middle of this and I don't know how to handle it.
I like the new setup for the posting.
Steven's asking, what's your opinion of eBay Live? I haven't actually, I haven't seen much of it. I haven't like really partaken in any of it yet. I just actually within the past couple of weeks got on Whatnot. So I've been doing a lot of my live selling on Whatnot. But honestly, I'm still having better sales through eBay, at like higher prices. So I would be interested in trying it to see if it moves the cards I'm trying to sell on Whatnot better, if that makes sense. Have you tried this at all, Tommy?
No, I've heard about the eBay Live. I have not seen any of it. Like I haven't even seen a sample of like what it does. Now I imagine people are saying it's like a Whatnot, but on eBay. But yeah. I don't even know where to find it on eBay. Like if I wanted to go find a live auction right now, where I don't even know where to go.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't either. But I haven't really looked for it, if I'm being honest. Most of the time I'm on eBay, I'm just trying to list stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's not a bad. Is there any requirements for that, Steven? If you put that in the chat, because I'd be curious to figure out like what would need to be done to be a live seller. Like, is vaulting with them part of this at all, or is can you continue to do it like the whole FBA or FBM model? You know what I mean? Fulfill it yourself like you would. That's something I'd be curious with, because I know they have a vault now at eBay where you send like your higher end collectibles and stuff like that, and basically it's like instantaneous transacting. So I'd be curious to know if like the live has anything to do with the vault or anything like that. But again, that's more research I should probably do, being that I use eBay for a portion of my income. So that's definitely something I need to look more into.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like I can see with cards and stuff where it'd probably be a great thing. I don't really know about like if I could utilize that for pre-formatted decals. Like if I were going to say, okay, we got 5 of these decals to the first 5 people, pre-made.
What would be really cool actually is if you could go live in that and be like, so this is what Whatnot does. You go live, you have like a little store button, and it has everything that you have like on record there, where people can go on, buy it now. You can start an auction on it. You can do giveaways on it. It would be cool, like if you were live and be like, hey, look, these are our decals. Destiny's making them right now. You know what I mean? You can get any of the ones that are listed, or if you email us a file, we will make yours like, right now for you.
Yeah,
that'd be something that'd be kind of cool and unique and interactive, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't even aware that it worked like that. I don't know anything about Whatnot. I never really looked.
I just got on it. So actually, let me see if I can even. I don't even know if I have anything set up right now on here. So but essentially, you're in there, and there's like a little store box to the side of your screen that anybody can click on anytime. And again, you can have anything on there, like, because you can sell in a bunch of different categories over there. So you can have your buy it nows of like anything in there that you don't plan to auction. Like most people make it like their better stuff. In your case, you have 390 some designs you could literally just upload in there. And then at any time, even if you're not live, people can go in there and be like, oh, I'm going to buy that. And so like you could be like getting sales over there without even being live. But then,
but now on Whatnot, you have to go on and auction stuff, right?
You don't have to auction. You can also do buy it nows. So it's your choice.
So like once a week, we could go on there, say like once a week, and say, hey, these are our new designs this week. If anybody's interested,
you
can,
Yeah, you could literally just like you're live right now, man. You could go live. These are the stuff that's going out. This is what's hot this week at Prince by TBE. And just start showing people. And then as people are flooding in, because Whatnot tries to fill your stream so that they make money. Right. You know what I mean? So as people are kind of trickling in, you basically just say, hey, look, you can go through the store and see all 300 some things we have. Or if you would like something custom, send us the file and we can do that for you like right now.
I'm definitely going to have to look into that then, because I think that would be kind of cool. It would kind of show, it would get us out in front of more eyes. Yep. It would be like a weekly update on new product with access to buy everything we have.
Yeah. And you could also even live stream what you're doing there to your YouTube channel. Like I simulcast sometimes whenever I do it. So that way it's content there as well.
How hard was it to get into Whatnot for you?
It was easy because I know somebody who knows somebody.
Okay.
It was very hard.
I hear that quite a bit. I do. I hear that quite a bit.
But I will link you up with that person, and they will like approve you fast. Like I got approved like within like days of asking.
Really?
And like it'd been like months I had tried to get on their platform prior to that. So they're pretty strict about who they let in, but if you know like the right people and they vouch for you, they'll bring you on. Especially like you guys have a proven e-commerce track record. They look for sellers like you and like me that actually are doing this at like any form of scale, because I mean they don't want like Joe Blow who's just sitting around like like amateur selling that's not going to take the platform serious or help like build what they're doing. But like somebody like you guys who could show up with hundreds of listings right away, what I mean? Go live, show what you're doing, build an audience. I think that'd be valuable to them.
So what are you doing? So that was, I just seen, she just packed a standard envelope, but she did put a piece of cardboard and weigh in it. So that must be one that somebody wants first class.
Gotcha. Lisa said she hasn't heard much about eBay Live yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard a ton about it. I mean, I heard of it, but
Facebook Marketplace can go live.
I did not know you can. Can you?
Lady Freebird just said something, and I agree with it. She says when people can actually see your work, they will buy quicker. And honestly, like just watching you guys do it, like if you're a decal fan, like for example, like I watch people do breaks on YouTube, right? And then as I'm watching them rip cards for other people, it's like, damn, I want to get in the next one now because this is cool. This is what I'm into. So I feel like if you were live doing decals for people, and at any point I could request one of your close to 400 decals or send you something to get custom done.
Right.
I think that'd be like no brainer. I think people would be all over that.
Well, you know Beth, right? Reselling Robo.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she invited Destiny to just come on with her the other day while she was doing some listings and whatever. And Destiny was working, and she actually went on Beth's channel, and they were just chit chatting while she was working.
Yeah.
And then they started talking about what Destiny was doing, and she ended up selling decals right there.
That's awesome.
On live.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to know what that was? That was an 11.5 off of eBay.
Oh, that fit in a paper.
Yep.
Envelope.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what that one was. I'd show you, but it's already printed.
It looked like it, I didn't realize it was the bigger envelope.
Lisa C said Pete, Craigslist Hunter, did a video on the eBay Live. So I'll have to check that out after this because, like I said, I'm definitely interested in continuing to scale what I'm doing on eBay.
Okay, I just watched a few minutes. Yeah, I'll have to check that out too. So as far as getting on to Whatnot, what do I need to do on my end? Like, do I submit an app and then let you know? Or
you know, the funny thing is I didn't even submit an application. The main thing is sign up for an account so that you have one, because the guy goes in there and he changes you from like a buyer to a seller. Okay. And he like activates that, right? But there'll be like a little list of things like he wants to know, like obviously like your name, you know, like your business information, you know, like your social media following, like obviously Bargain Effect, Shamrock Pixie, like that type of stuff they'd want to know. You know, like why you plan on using the platform, that type of stuff. And the thing that made me really attractive to them is not only do I sell like thousands of cards like on a regular basis, but like I sell other stuff too. You know what I mean? Like I could go on there and sell like Disney plush, or I can go on there and sell action figures or video games. And since they do all of these different categories, you know, like there's people on there that do like, you know, glassware or like vintage clothing or like literally any of the categories that you already sell in, Tommy, like you can go live and do. It's almost like the YouTube auctions that we do, only it brings in their people as opposed to like yours. Okay. You know, which is nice because it brings people that are looking for that specific niche item.
Yeah, see, I already have a Whatnot account as a buyer. Yeah, you know, under the Bargain Effect. That's
nice. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I could probably email the guy, but I'll also, you know, the guy who got me connected too, so I'll. Oh, okay. Yeah, you definitely. I don't want to give his name right now, right, so everybody doesn't hit him up, but I'll definitely tell you who he is, and you know,
okay,
I'm sure he'll hook you up too.
Cool. That would.
I know. I
think that would really help. Community. I think that would really help boost. Mm-hmm. I mean, it can't hurt. Obviously, the more platforms, the more eyes. You know.
The way I looked at it is, if I go on Whatnot and like it sucks, I don't have to do it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, but if I go on there and I get new buyers and like, you know, I can tell people I have a YouTube channel and they come follow me, and, you know, that's cool. You know, so maybe that would be the same for you guys. It's just new people that have never had eyes on what you guys do. You know, not only will you potentially get some new followers on YouTube, which I know you guys don't necessarily care about. You know, you more or less are community oriented channels where, you know, it's more or less people that are friends in the chat. But I mean, it's also nice to expand what you're doing and have more people appreciate it, because you put a lot of work and effort into it as well.
I actually do want to change my YouTube presence. I mean, I want to do less lives, more pre-recorded. Me and Des have been talking about doing something totally different on YouTube, way outside of the reseller community. Has nothing to do with reselling whatsoever. And I actually want to try, you know, and now being winter and I hibernate inside, I want to kind of give YouTube a good honest go at it.
Yeah.
And see what happens. I also want to get involved with TikTok with the decal part of it.
Yeah.
Because well, according to Gary Vee, man, that's the best marketing platform out there right now. You know, so I figure it can't hurt. And on the TikTok side, I mean, you're talking seconds to do something.
Yep.
You know, to market.
Yeah, TikTok's great for that.
I've seen a lot of people really building business stuff off of TikTok. Like, especially with like cards and stuff, they'll like put up some kind of cool music and they'll be like flashing it or, something like that. You can do the same thing with the decal, like
Right.
Destiny, they're applying it or whatever. And then you just put some like music over it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Drink real quick.
We'll see, but that's what I'm going to work on through the cold months here now is upping my marketing game and focusing on expanding into a broader audience. Because, like I say, with the decals, I admit it's a saturated market. There's a ton of people doing it. Our customer service can bring us back repeat customers, but I need to recruit new customers.
Are there big influencers in the decal space? Like, for example, in the reselling community, you got guys like Pete, Craigslist Hunter, Lonnie, Bearded Picker, like all these different types of guys with big channels. Is there guys in the community for decals like that as well, or like print shop, like that type of stuff?
There is. There's guys. There's like 3 channels that I can think of off the top of my head that focus decals, but that's about it. Just three big channels that focus solely on decals. What there is there's a lot of people that are what you can do with these cutters in all aspects besides decals. I mean, how you can use them to make cardboard cutouts and custom crafts and cut clothing and stuff like that. So the decal niche solely where that's their focus, it's pretty limited. There's definitely room for another channel.
Yeah. Well, the reason I ask is like, because there could be room for like some kind of collaboration where not only do they share like what you're doing, like with the YouTube and all that stuff, but like they actually share about your business with their people. And I would imagine people that follow a larger channel that deals in decals, if they were to say, hey, I recommend this business to get your decals, they would probably send you a good bit of traffic.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. What is? Yeah. The more.
Cool, Bird.
What's
you
that?
said you can be live on YouTube, Facebook at the same time. Yeah, I know StreamYard has a feature for that. I wonder if eBay does as well, though, with their live service or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I'll have to watch Pete's YouTube live video and
I'm gonna definitely go watch that too.
Further research and see what's going on with it. But I suppose, man, been on here 2 hours and 22 minutes.
Yeah, man. It's
I
been
have
nice catching up and picking your
decals
brain.
left.
Got 2 left.
I got 2 left.
You're killing the game.
Look at that.
Then I'm done. One I'm not going to show online while we're live.
Why is it a naughty one?
Yeah, it's a naughty one, so I'm not going to show that one when I weed that one, but this daddy daughter one I'll do, but the last one I'm going to adjust the camera and everything.
Guess what I'm getting ready to photograph, Tommy?
What's that?
My wang. Oh, you can't see it, but it literally is autographed. It just says Wang.
Really?
This guy's name is Wang.
Oh, I see what decal you're. I see what decal. I had to look at our eBay orders. Hey, naughty sells.
I'm sure it does. Have you noticed like that kind of stuff? Like what percentage like would you say like outsells like cleaner type decals?
Politically motivated decals.
Those ones sell really good.
Yeah.
So like basically anything controversial you can like make good money on.
Right.
So that's awesome. You basically just keep your ear to the ground and like whatever you know comes up that is a little bit out there, you can basically monetize.
And I'll give you an example. And some people get so charged up over it, So I did a decal, and basically the decal was liberal spelt out, and it was Trump peeing on the word, right?
Yeah.
And a guy messaged me, and he was like, F Trump, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you do a Joe Biden one? I was like, you want a Joe Biden one? I'll make you a Joe Biden one pissing on Republicans. I don't care. I says, I don't care about the red and the blue. When it comes to business, my color's green,
Yep, absolutely.
I'll make you whatever you want. I'm not throwing any political anything with my business out there. I think I think some of these big companies that share their political views are stupid.
Yeah.
I
I love that you're equal opportunity with who you will piss on.
Right. Hey,
that's amazing.
It's whatever sells, I am not discriminatory.
No, but that's really smart though, man. Like you're literally monetizing like someone else's drama, and people are willing to pay into that. That's smart. That's really smart.
Neither one, Republicans or liberals, they ain't paying my bills. So, if they can pay my bills by having an anti this or an anti that, I'm going to do it,
Yeah, for sure.
I don't care.
Then you'll start making positive decals for them.
Right. Yeah. Now, if they want to come and start paying my bills, then maybe I'll go one-sided, but
exactly.
That's one of my most favorite decals right there that she's doing. I'll have her show it to you.
Do you guys sell a lot of this one?
Yeah, we do sell quite a bit. And it just basically says daddy and daughter with a fist bump, best friends for life.
Nice.
There's another one we sell too. I can't remember what it says offhand, because we got so many. But it's something about your daughter and throat punching somebody.
Nice.
Let's see if I can bring it up. Let's see. Oh, here it is. It says, I want my daughter to be kind, but I also want her to know that she can throat punch someone if she needs to.
That's awesome.
There it is. Yes, nice. Pink
one. Nice. Yeah, that's really nice.
So I don't know. 2.5 hours. I think we're gonna kind of call it. I'm getting hungry over here.
Yeah, you know what? I am too. I got some chicken salad calling my name.
There you go. I don't know. Oh, I think we made steaks the other night. We got a couple of big chunks of steak left over, so I think we're cutting those up into some fajitas tonight.
Oh, that sounds good.
I think that's the plan.
Good time's dinner.
All right. But I appreciate you coming in and hanging out, man. That was cool.
Anytime. I always like catching up with you too. So, don't be strangers. Let's connect more often.
Yeah, no doubt. And I appreciate you spending the amount of time you did, because I know you got company.
Yeah, no worries.
So I don't want you to neglect your company. I took up too much of your time now.
All right, is this better? Oh, I'm crooked.
But when we're on, you're always welcome, and we don't have to be on YouTube to hook up and talk, man.
Yeah, I mean, likewise. I don't know if you guys have my number, but I'll throw it in the private chat for you.
All right.
Okay. Now I got to get.
I don't even know.
Yeah, because I got a new phone whenever I moved out to LA, so it's a different number than the one you probably had before.
Yeah. But are you going to go back to that number when you go back to?
Well, the one I have is still a Pittsburgh number, but yeah, I'm gonna keep the number I have now.
Much love, Lady Freebird.
Yeah,
thank you for coming in, everybody.
For sure.
Everybody came in. Let's see, but Oh yeah, no, I got to edit this number. Oh no, not call that number.
Hey guys, smash that like for Tommy on the way out.
Oh, edit. I see. I don't even know how to edit numbers.
I'll have to go up and fix it.
No, I got it now. Let me add this real quick because otherwise I will forget.
I have it written down here too.
How about that? I got 20 listings done in this time.
Did you?
Yeah, that's
There
not
you
bad.
go.
Well, now that we're going to be heading off, I figured I'd show my face again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody that came in, Steven, Lady Freebird, I don't know if Dino Mac's still in here. Lisa C. Always love seeing Lisa C. Try to remember what part.
Flipping Grooters.
Flipping Crooters. I don't remember what part of Florida Lisa's in, but I know we were just looking at a house in, I think it was Clayton, Alabama, which isn't far from the Florida border.
Nice.
I don't know how far she is from there. To a Biden Fetterman 2024. It's a no-brainer. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, what's that, huh?
I just groaned.
Yeah.
Yes, we're having fajitas tonight with Lisa C's right by West Palm. West Palm Beach is where I was born.
So that's far, right?
That's by Aunt Kelly.
See, you're telling me like,
Kelly's.
That's down by that's down south, ways down south.
Yeah. So I don't know. We know a lot of people down in Florida. We have to take a week or two and just kind of make a lap through the state.
Because 95% of my family is in Florida. The other 5% is here in Wisconsin.
Now, West Palm, yeah, you were born there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she might have been your neighbor and you didn't even know it.
Yeah, probably.
At some point in your life, you guys might have been.
I could be related to her too. Who knows?
Never know.
Got a lot of family down there. They don't all have my maiden name, so. I lived in West Palm, Orlando, Brooksville. Like, we kind of traveled up, and then we ended up in Wisconsin.
So, okay. Well, like I say, I know Anthony has company, so we're gonna let him get to his company. I'm getting hungry.
You're always hungry.
Do appreciate everybody that came.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, you kept Tommy busy while I was doing the details. I appreciate it.
I mean, it was a lot easier than just keep typing stuff in the chat and asking him. So,
right.
Anytime we're on, you're always welcome to join us, man. It's always
likewise.
Always a joy. I miss when we used to do our lives and shit. You know.
Yeah, man. We'll have to do them more often.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Hold on. I wanna, before we take off though, Lisa C said I was on an Air Force bases as a kid. I actually was on Camp Lejeune when I was a baby, and my brother was born there. And now there's this big lawsuit thing. So
yeah, so I'm telling her, go get that money.
Well, at the age of 6 months, I ended up in the hospital after we got there because I ended up with 104 fever that they couldn't break.
Oh, could all be tied together.
Yep, because I was a preemie and I was on formula and they had to mix the water with the formula from the base. So
you might have my $10,000 sticker machine.
You're horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'd buy a house before I'd buy you a sticker machine. You make your own money for the sticker machine.
What if it's not enough for a house and only enough for a sticker machine that could turn around and buy a house?
Then it's a down payment for a house.
Okay.
But no, I got to look into that. I don't know. Again, I'm getting mixed things when I'm trying to read it. So,
well,
but
I get a confirmation every day something about Camp Lejeune, and I have no relation to it whatsoever. So I just mark it as spam and send it
stop doing that. Start reading it so you can help me out with that, because if that explains like all my health issues that I have, yeah, that would.
I'll save the next one. But all right, we're gonna get out of here.
Much love.
Hey guys.
Everybody take care. Thanks for joining us. And we'll be back doing more.